The Boston Celtics are staring into the abyss of a transformational summer, and not the kind filled with promise and optimism. No, this offseason is shaping up to be brutal, ruthless, potentially era-defining, and not in the way fans might hope. Jayson Tatum's devastating Achilles rupture in the second round wasn't just a physical blow. It was the trigger for a total organizational recalibration, with their franchise cornerstone sidelined for most, if not all, of next season. The Celtics are being forced to confront a harsh truth. Their window might be closing faster than anyone expected, and the luxury tax hammer is about to fall hard. Incoming majority owner Bill Chisholm isn't interested in burning millions just to tread water. His message has been clear behind closed doors. Either this team competes at the highest level, or it gets cheaper fast. And with Boston deep in the punitive second apron of the new CBA, cheaper means dismantling parts of a contender. No one, not even Jaylen Brown, is truly safe. Yes, Jaylen just made All-NBA. Yes, he was the emotional engine of last season's run, but sentiment doesn't carry much weight in billion-dollar calculus. If the Celtics can't make a compelling case that they can contend without Tatum, the logic of moving Brown becomes coldly compelling. And the market, it's watching closely. According to Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix, the San Antonio Spurs are quietly lurking. If their aggressive play for Giannis Antetokounmpo fizzles, Brown becomes their next target. Why? Because pairing Victor Wembanyama with Here's the dilemma. Brown is more than just a scorer. He's the last thread tying the current roster to its finals ambitions, while Tatum recovers. Move him, and Boston risks entering a full retooling phase, not just a minor reshuffle. Keeps him, and you're paying a supermax salary to a player carrying a team without its true alpha. That's not just financially reckless. It might be strategically disastrous if they fail to stay above the playoff line. And make no mistake, rival executives smell blood in the water. Brown's name has been floated quietly in calls that used to end in laughter. Not anymore. This is real. The Celtics are not shopping him, but they're listening, and that's new. Boston is trying to do the impossible, avoid a soft rebuild while slashing salary and surviving a season without their MVP candidate. They're walking a tightrope, one misstep, and the most consistent Eastern power of the last decade could spiral into chaos. This isn't just a summer of change. It could be the beginning of an identity crisis. The Celtics' offseason nightmare might be closer than anyone expected. The worst-kept secret in the NBA isn't just that the Boston Celtics will need to make painful roster moves this offseason. It's that their financial reality is about to crash headfirst into the franchise's emotional core. With Jayson Tatum's injury looming large and an astronomical payroll to manage, Boston faces a brutal crossroads. And now, a bombshell rumor has emerged that could send shockwaves through the entire organization. Forget the endless debates about Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. There's a new, more unsettling name in the mix. Al Horford. Yes, that Al Horford. The veteran anchor, the locker room stabilizer, the unsung hero of Boston's modern identity. According to ESPN's Tim Bontemps on the Hoop Collective podcast, the whispers are growing louder. Horford may not be back next season. In fact, there's chatter he could defect to the New York Knicks. Let that sink in. Not retirement, not a quiet, graceful exit. A move to a direct Eastern Conference rival. If this comes to pass, it's not just a personnel change. It's an existential crisis. Horford isn't just another aging big man. He's the connective tissue of the Celtics' two-way scheme. His ability to switch defensively, hit threes from the corner, orchestrate half-court sets from the top of the key, and mentor younger players like Robert Williams and even Tatum himself is irreplaceable. This isn't about nostalgia. This is about cold, hard basketball reality. The Celtics are facing a second-apron hell, and Horford, despite his immense value, could be sacrificed not because he no longer fits, but because the numbers simply don't work. the front office may be forced to choose between roster flexibility and retaining one of the most system-critical players they've had in the Brad Stevens era. And make no mistake, replacing Horford won't be as simple as signing a younger big. The free agent market is barren when it comes to high IQ, low-maintenance veterans who can guard 5 positions and still space the floor. Trade options? Limited. At best, given Boston's shrinking pool of movable assets. Letting him walk would create a vacuum that neither Luke Cornett nor anyone on the Celtics bench can realistically fill. But what makes this truly devastating is the rumored destination. The Knicks are not only a long-standing rival, they're a team with upward momentum, front office cohesion, and cap space to strike. Imagine Horford mentoring Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, or spacing the floor for Jalen Brunson while locking down the paint on defense. It's not just a loss for Boston, it's a gain for a team that could directly knock them out of contention. Horford's legacy in Boston is secure, but if he finishes his career wearing orange and blue instead of green and white, the emotional fallout could rival the sting of any playoff exit. Celtics fans may soon face the unthinkable, watching a franchise pillar become a weapon for the enemy. This summer isn't just about retooling, it's about surviving with identity, pride, and championship. Hopes intact. And if Horford really is on the way out, the Celtics' margin for error just got a lot thinner.